What the is going on at Apple? It seems like they're going downhill really quickly. They announced the new changes to the iPhone 15, and it was literally nothing. Nothing is new. They have no new changes. The only thing they're doing is changing the charge port for the 16th time, making us spend more money. So I made a comment saying, in other words, no significant changes for the sixth year in a row. And it got top comment. It got 4,000 likes. Okay. And the second to top comment is also the same sentiment that says, hey, this stopped being hype after the iPhone 10. And it looks like everybody is having the same sentiment about Apple, that they're not innovating, that their products aren't, there nothing is changing for the better. Apple announced in their quarterly earnings that they underperformed by like 30% in the amount of iPhone sales that they thought they were going to sell versus how much they actually sold. So people aren't messing with the iPhones, okay? On top of all that, they just lost a $500 million lawsuit where they're paying out $500 million to a bunch of iPhone users and Apple users because of the illegal ways that they made the batteries slow down the phones, and that was considered illegal in the court case, and they're paying $500 million out to people. So I just wanted to ask you your thoughts from a business perspective. What do you think that is going wrong at Apple? What do you think they're doing wrong, and essentially why are they going downhill?
Well, I don't know if Apple is necessarily going downhill, but I do have a lot of problems with Apple because, I also, a lot of the problems that I have with Apple are also the reasons why they've been making so much money. So, like, as a consumer, I think that where people are starting to get very angry with Apple, like, let's just go through multiple things. Number one, a lot of people don't agree with this, but I want my headphone jack back. They took away my headphone jack and they forced us all to buy AirPods. So now I can't go into the gas station if I lose my headphones and buy a $10 pair of headphones. I have to go buy a $180 pair of AirPods every single time, or at minimum a $70 pair of wireless headphones. And it's like, or you could just give me my whole back in my phone and I could have the best of both worlds. So it's clearly a world where you want me paying more stuff, paying more money for your stuff. Then they do the exact same thing with the dongle. I promise you, no one uses their computer and thinks to themselves, "Oh, my computer is so much faster with this dongle." No, my life was just as great when I plugged it straight in, and it was actually 10 times better because I never had to worry about losing a dongle or having to buy another one. And I think Apple made over $1 billion in their first year of introducing dongles. And it's just like that, like we can't even use our products anymore. And it's just getting to a place that it's absolutely ridiculous. And then when you throw in the cherry on the top, they just haven't done anything innovative with their iPhones in so long, other than making it bigger, smaller, and that's it. And the one thing that I would love to see Apple do is introduce a really good Siri. I think Siri is so bad. It is literally like 2003 technology. Like if you ask her to order you food, there's a big chance that she's gonna look up the time to a movie theater. Like she's just so incompetent. And I'm at this point, we should have the AI capabilities where I can say, "Hey Siri, um, set an appointment for me at this time, then send an email to John to let him know that I'm going to be there." Because Apple owns all of the data. They can open up these softwares, and all of these softwares would love for Siri to be able to interface with them. And like you can literally have a true personal assistant, a true AI on your phone to be your accountability partner, to be all of these things. And just overall, there's a massive lack of innovation inside of Apple, and they're charging you a lot of money and just kind of robbing you of a lot of things. But they're kind of also the only good product that we have.
Debatable. Have you
Yeah, it is. It
have you
is.
thought
It is.
about? I thought you were a Android gang for a while.
I was. It's where I
You
started.
were,
And I
right?
went to Apple,
And you
and
never went back.
they bait and switched me. And then once I was in, I was
It
giving
was
up that money for
over.
the dongles, like just like everybody else.
Exactly. I think like you brought up a lot of good points. The main thing, everything comes back to the lack of innovation, and I'll I'll break down some more interesting stuff. from the business side. What we're looking at is the product of two different CEOs. You got Steve Jobs, the innovator, and you have Tim Cook, the business master genius. Okay. So Steve Jobs was the guy that came up with the personal computer, the iPhone. He was the guy that touchscreen phones did not exist before Steve Jobs. Touchscreen technology was Steve Jobs. He made his engineers, he announced that the iPod was going to be touchscreen before his engineers even knew. And his engineers were like, dude, this is impossible. This doesn't exist. And Steve Jobs said, you have 6 months to make it exist. And
Yeah.
he was the innovator, right? And what Tim Cook did when he came in is Apple did have the most innovative products, but Steve Jobs was super anal about what materials he was using. And so he was using the most expensive materials. He was investing in product development and stuff. And that doesn't make Apple was not $1 trillion company under Steve Jobs. It was just a influential company, an influential brand. Tim Cook comes in and he looks at the operation and he starts to use his actual business, shark skills. And he's like, how do we make more profit? Okay. How do we make more profit? And so he removes, well, not only remove, but he switched the iPhone charger cable 4 different times. I don't know if you remember this, but it used to
Mhm.
be this thick thing like this.
Like the
Then it was a
iPod.
little small. Yeah. And he switched that 4 different times. And the way that he did, like, that basically was a business trick to get an upsell out of like every new company or every new customer, because now you can't use the old charger that you had before. Now you have to buy the whole new charger. The stuff that you talked about with the headphone jack, guess what? I Apple removed the headphone jack and then started selling the headphones that plug into like the charger port. That's another product that they literally forced
Right.
you to buy. So this is
Mhm.
all kind of like finessing their customers, squeezing them for every last dollar, and not necessarily adding more value to their life. If anything, it's making their life more of a hassle.
Exactly. And I think the one thing to remember with Apple is the reason why everyone chose Apple was because the idea behind simplicity. It was supposed to be this clean, sleek, less options, very minimalistic, very helpful, not overwhelmed. But now, if I want to edit a video, I need to have a dongle to plug my hard drive in, and I need to have an SD port dongle that's different to plug in my SD card. And then you know, there's just so many of these extra features that need to be that you have to have when I don't mind my laptop being this much thicker to have those ports or whatever it is. You know what I mean? It's obviously just a game of money, and you got to find a balance within that. Yes, you can do things to create the upsells and stuff. I mean, you guys were already so rich. You guys were already $1 trillion company. I mean, why not just make users happy and just keep it becoming like stay being it a long game, like stay in the game for a long time rather than trying to like squeeze every little bit of dollars out of people and then give the opportunity for new companies to maybe arise. Because today, if Elon Musk drops the X phone, there's a
My
huge chance.
God.
They always come back to Elon. If Elon dropped the X phone today and he showed me that it was gonna be very simple and all these things, great features, there's a really big chance that I switch. As long as we keep our blue messages. No one's switching without the blue messages. For real. That's a big thing for some reason. We're not
Yeah.
switching without it.
Yeah, that is a fact. That is funny that it always comes back to Elon, bro. You really love Elon.
He's the GOAT.
One thing that I wanted to ask you is a little mental experiment, right? Chris, you become CEO of Apple tomorrow. What do you do to turn the downtrend, stop it, and bring it back to that innovative period that we were talking about? Like what is something that you would do to make the company kind of have that spark again?
I think the number one thing to do is to upgrade Siri. Like for real, for real. right now, if you created a Siri that could be your personal assistant, it wakes you up in the morning and it doesn't stop. It's not like an alarm clock. It's like, yo, get up. Like it's not turning off. You cannot stop this thing. You know what I mean? It is your alarm clock. It's your Siri. Hey, I need you to take a note on a Google Doc and I need you to write all of these different things. And then once you're done, can you send that in an email to John? Very similar to what ChatGPT does in the written version, but a voice version of it. And we know that they have these type of technology, and we know that they have these capabilities. They have AI models right now that can hop on calls with people, pretend to be real humans, have full interactions without any human being aware that they were talking to someone. And this is something that could definitely be developed right now. And I think that I would accept everything that iPhone offers again. I'd be like, all right, I have a personal assistant completely for free. I just have to use the AirPods and use the dongles and stuff. But now I have a real personal assistant in my life. And I think something like that could be really amazing, really innovative, very 2023 AI. We're here, you know, like, do you remember when they were saying that iPhones, it was like those fake videos of like the 3D forms that iPhones were gonna have one day and all of that type of stuff? Like, yeah,
We
we
didn't
just
get
need
that. We didn't get anything like that. Exactly.
yeah, and we just haven't got anything cool in a really, really long time. And yeah, I just think that it's gonna be I don't know if it's the downfall of Apple. I mean, it's such a large company.
It would be hard to really ruin that. It would be hard.
Yeah, they're making so much money, but I do think that if someone like Elon comes out with X, I think that he could interrupt the space.
Okay. Well, I got one as well. Like, okay. So I hope that Tim Cook watches this. Okay. Tim Cook, I will tell you how to save Apple right now. Okay. You had a good point about Siri, right? I also was thinking that they haven't utilized Siri the way that it's the potential to the most potential, right?
Mhm.
I think that if Apple today creates a new product, okay, this is going to be the product that changes things. If Apple created a product, a screen, right? It's a screen with, well, first off, to start off, Siri is, they've had the Siri technology for a while, for 5, 10 years, right? Like, and the thing that I think that isn't utilized as well as it could be is, what is Siri? Siri right now just tells you, like you said, if you ask it, you could ask it, who was the third president? And that's cool and all, but it doesn't do anything for your daily life, right? But what they do have with that technology is the voice recognition. So Siri can interpret what you're saying and put it into text, right? So I was thinking, what could you do with that technology right there? Okay. So Apple can create a new product that is a screen, okay? And the screen has Siri in it, and it can understand everything that you tell it. And this screen can be put at a drive-through, okay? Any fast food restaurant, you put it at a drive-through, and instead of you walking up and hearing, give me a minute, and waiting 5 minutes to put your order in, you drive right up to the drive-through and you tell this screen your order. And it's an Apple screen, okay? It's sleek, it's beautiful, just like all of Apple's products. And you tell it, hey, I want a number 2 with no pickles. Boom. The screen asks you, does everything on the screen look correct? In Siri's voice. And then you look over the screen. Yeah, it's correct. And you just pull up right to the window. Boom. Now this product is a commercial product. It's a B2B. So it's the most profitable, B2B companies
Mhm.
are essentially some of the most profitable companies. Now you have this new product that you can put in every Taco Bell, every Dunkin' Donuts, every Starbucks. And now you might not be winning the customers over, like the everyday person, but this product will shoot you back into innovation, and it will be super profitable, and it'll help. I know you don't like the AI robots and stuff, but you can't deny that every time you pull up to a drive-through, those cashiers look like they're fucking balancing 20 different things at once. I feel like if you could just say it, your order into the drive-through, it might make those cashiers' lives a little easier, and all they have to do is really just swipe the cards and hand the food out and stuff. So I think it would make their life easier. It would make consumers' life easier, and yeah, I think it'd be super profitable, make billions and billions of dollars.
It could work. It could work. I'm more of a fan of my Siri though. I want my Siri. Like
Siri, like the chat GPT assistant, the thing that
yeah, like like I said, like this should be something that can like throughout your day, if you say, hey, here's all the things that I need to do today, it's going to be yelling at you like, yo, you were supposed to do this, like eat that meal, or don't eat that meal, or did you like you didn't take your steps yet, do not go to sleep, you did not take your steps. Like it's just blasting you and helping you, assisting you in your life. And it's just I just think that there's so much that they could use with that, and that's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for with these like neural links and brain chips. We're looking for these things to help us become better versions of ourselves and stuff like that, and make things easier for us. So yeah, I mean, I think that's all I really have to say on the Apple thing. Apple,
I'll
I hate.
comment on.
Yeah.
I'll comment on yours. I actually do think that the Siri idea, you're 100% right, because we have like we're like almost on the edge of it, right? Like we have ChatGPT. We see like the potential of what an AI assistant could do, right? If Apple was the first to produce that type of technology, bro, it would be over, like
Yeah.
hook, line, and sinker. You go to your phone, like you said, and you're like, Siri, I have to can you book me this flight or whatever, bro? If because you've seen like the videos of where they hack ChatGPT and they input it in like some other technology that kind of like helps you do that. It's like the ChatGPT assistant or whatever.
Yeah.
If Apple uses that same technology first, it would be over, bro. It would be over.
Yeah, no, they just need to integrate it into all the apps. Hey Siri, how much money is in my bank account? Hey Siri, just literally every app that you can think of, being able to open it through talking
Can you
to it.
tweet something for me?
Yeah, tweets, or hey, can you post the most recent photo that I had in my phone on Instagram, and
Yeah.
use this as the caption, and then also write the
Damn,
best hashtags. Like if it could
that'd be
integrate with
crazy.
ChatGPT mixed with, or a technology like ChatGPT where it can spit out its own words and writings. Like maybe if I'm an author, I can just sit there and narrate to Siri what I'm trying to write, and then when I get done with it, she's already writing out my entire book for me, because she's integrated directly into ChatGPT or some form of thing. Like that is a product that I'll be like, oh, $2,000 for the brand new iPhone. Okay,
And a
like it
personal
makes sense.
assistant, literally,
Yeah,
like,
but
yeah,
like me, like I'm a person. I'll hold on to my phone. Like I'll hold on to that iPhone 7 all the way till the iPhone 14,
yeah.
and when I do upgrade, I swear I don't feel a difference. Like the
Yep, me
only thing
neither.
that feels different is the new size of my phone and me getting used to the new feeling. Everything else, though, all the
It's the
features,
exact
everything else,
same.
they feel about the same and not worth the
Mm,
price or anything like that.
100%. I 100% agree with you.
Fuck
So,
you,
but
Apple.
and you had another good point about like the look of it. I think that another good idea would be they need to figure something out that's different than this. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if you ever seen those like the thing that you were talking about where it's like almost like a hologram? Like they need to figure out some way to either make this like see-through or make it like there's a guy that invented a piece of tech that shines on his hand, bro. Everything on his phone screen shines onto his
Mm.
hand, and he just kind of like looks at it like that. It's crazy. I think it's like something connected to his eye. But if they those AR glasses do have some potential though. The AR glasses, they have some potential, but they're so big and bulky and stuff that I think that they need to, instead of making it big and bulky, they need to do the Dragon Ball Z style and instead make it like a like almost like some glasses, like some cool glasses like that. And it shows you like the AR things projected in front of you, like how the big bulky glasses. And I think maybe we'll see that technology soon, but that's it. That's all I got.